Okay, I'm going to keep this short, sweet, and simple as possible. The other day, a man was shot by LAPD. He was shot when he tried to go for one of the officer's guns who was trying to arrest him at the time. And I got to ask this person, even though he's not alive anymore, and everyone else who thinks LAPD acted rashly in this, how did you think it was going to turn out? You try to grab a police officer's gun, how did you think it was going to go? Now, that's, I'm sure, not going to stop all these race baiters, all these social justice warriors, and all these stupid leftists from coming out with their hashtags, LAPD shooting, Black Lives Matter. I'm sure it's not going to stop their stupid little candlelight vigils, and I'm sure it's definitely not going to stop their riots. You know, leftists don't deal in facts, at least most of them don't anyway. But you're going to see more posters like this too. Hey, look at 315 people killed from 2007 to 2014, 97% male. Well, gender doesn't matter to me on that one. They could be 100% female or 100% male or 50-50, it doesn't matter. 82% were black or Latino. Again, their race doesn't matter to me. 52% were under 30. Well, guess what? We got a lot of criminals under the age of 30, if you haven't realized that. We got criminals over the age of 32, but a lot of your gangbangers range from the ages of 16 to 30, last I checked. Going down, and this part's the most interesting part. At least 19 were shot because they were reaching for their waistband. Well, guess what? A lot of thugs keep weapons there. Put yourself in the officer's shoes. What would you do? 9 were running away. Well, they were running away. They weren't wanted for doing something dangerous. I mean, do you know that? Do you know they weren't retrograding to cover to where they can go and better attack the officer from? You know that? You know they weren't running to go attack somebody else? I mean, hell, you don't know the circumstances behind that. 5 were drunk. Oh yeah, that makes it any more nefarious on the police part. Yeah, you know, hell, like drunk people have never acted irrational, done something stupid or hurt or killed somebody else. Give me a break. More than 30 had a knife, a pole, a tree branch. Yeah, because those totally can't be used as lethal weapons. At least 8 were threatening to kill themselves, but were killed by the officers called to save them. So they were already acting irrational. They called the police to save them, or they called the police and said they were going to kill themselves. And you don't think that there's nothing they could have done, especially being in that state, that would have been a threat to the officer or somebody else, and the officers were totally unjustified in doing that? Piss off. You know, what's more interesting is a lot of these leftists sit there on gun control, claim you'll speak for the officers when most of those police officers don't agree with you on your stupid little gun control proposals. Take, for example, the new one where the BATFE's proposing to reclassify M88 or M855 ammo as, quote, armor-piercing ammo, and, quote, cop killer, aka, as a lot of you leftists like to call it, cop killer bullets. You know, a lot of law enforcement officers are against that for numerous reasons. But you all want to claim to speak for the cops too, after you fucking don't really care what they have to say. And let's put it this way, had the LAPD actually taken a lot of your leftist advice and, say, not shot that homeless guy that they were trying to arrest, and that homeless guy got a hold of or that officer's gun and shot somebody, that officer or somebody else, you guys wouldn't take responsibility for that. You guys would say, oh no, my advice isn't bad advice. It was just a gun can't protect you. Or, you know, it'd be some other weasel cop out. You know? In fact, I'm sure we'd see an anti-gun lane come up saying, oh, well, you see, these were trained professionals with guns and a gun couldn't help them. You leftists are absolute liars and weasels. You know,